That is a sign of things to come.
I just figured it'd be fitting.
Hello everyone and welcome to Geek Live episode 60. With your hosts, me and him. And that is all you get.
Yeah, everybody else is currently awaiting their own panel, I guess.
Yeah, and I think
they get to do that while we
I think it might have just ended.
Was it before?
I think it was an hour before us.
Oh.
So they're either still going or it just ended. I don't know. I don't know where Corey is. Corey's driving, I think. Corey's driving and the other two just had a panel. So
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I've completely forgotten what
cool.
what I was going to say.
All right.
So you know how I made the fusion dance thing for our little thing? I did that because I think Corey recommended the name Raisol and made me think of characters doing the fusion dance.
Yeah.
I think our Patara fusion though, there's not a lot I can do with just Rai. But it could use my real name and we would be Rai.
I love it. I love it. Perfect. Let's get the earrings right now. Where are they? All right, so buckle in. We got a quick one for you this week.
Make myself tiny.
Yes, that was a super important step. Let's see. I got a whole lot of nothing really. Looking around and finding absolutely nothing. I did get the last couple pieces I needed for my newest Vanguard deck. Reverse Aisha just came out, or is it Aisha reverse?
Reversed Aisha?
Okay, hold on. I don't have normal Dayusha in here. I have his like super form Great Dayusha. I have him in the deck. And then I have Daikaiser. Daikaiser's in the deck. Robots are cool. And so I've been patiently waiting for this. Reverse Dayusha came out in the latest Clan Collection like 2.5 months ago in Japan. And everything is just taken a hell of a long time to get into the English version. But it finally released last weekend, and I got it really fast. I'm still waiting on a couple of other cards. I was building like 3 decks out of this set. Well, I say build, but I had everything except the reverse Dayushas already for this deck, and then the other 2 are just updates. So I'm not really building anything from scratch, but yeah, so it was actually pretty cheap, but cool. I got that, and then I got how does he work? It's a preschool toy. Why am I getting? Okay, there we go. I got Rescue Bots Bumblebee because I was getting stuff for the pets, and he was in the clearance bin for $2.50. So I said, for $2.50
in the pets aisle.
No, it was in the toy aisle. But I figured why the hell not? He's terrible, but he's here. And yeah, that's it.
Oh wow, it's really gonna be quick this week. I did actually buy something, but let's see if I can actually properly show it. I bought a drawing tablet.
Hell yeah!
And it's already got fingerprints.
Of course it does, because it's black.
God
with a matte finish. Of course it does.
I don't know how to get rid of that. I've been getting into or back into drawing a lot lately because I am stuck in my chair for most of my day. And I decided maybe I should attempt to get into this century. So I got a digital one. I've been trying to get used to it. I've only been using it for about a day, but it's odd. It's odd to use, but I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, I haven't used I've doodled on like my iPad, but I haven't had a drawing tablet for a really long time. But yeah, it takes a lot of getting used to, because it's like you're drawing, but you're looking at something completely different that's not your hand, and it's really weird.
And the sensitivity on this is like, I start hovering maybe that much above the pad, and it already starts moving the cursor.
And it's like, yeah, let's go. Also, Blade Raider, the stream's not going to be about the Dragon Ball movie at all. I have not seen it.
Oh yeah, I wish the Corey, who does not watch Dragon Ball, is the only one out of us who has watched that movie.
I would like to, but I don't have the money to go to the theater, and two, I have not seen any of Super, and like, despite the fact that I know everything that happens in Super for the most part, I want to watch it all before I see Superhero, even though I think you could watch the movie independently and it wouldn't really matter.
That's kind of the good thing about at least speaking in terms of the previous movie, Broly. You didn't really need to watch much of the show. It gets mentioned very briefly, but like, watching Battle of Gods and Resurrection F is enough to understand Broly. And even then, like, I don't even think you necessarily need that much. But yeah, they also went with like the whole 3D animation, which, you know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But
all I know is Piccolo turns orange or something. I don't know.
He gets a new form called Orange Piccolo. It's like,
I fucking can't with Dragon Ball.
That's his Panda Express form.
Orange Piccolo.
Orange Piccolo.
Thank you guys. Then again, we eventually dubbed a form Super Saiyan Blue. So
yeah, it's better than what it was called.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, the new Gohan form is called Gohan Beast.
Beast.
So, yeah, Chenix just said that as I said it.
I got to the part in the anime when Super Saiyan Blue just debuted. I'm beyond that now, but and they're like, so I had the power of a Super Saiyan God, and this is the Super Saiyan form of the Super Saiyan God. I'm like, guys, stop. Please. I can't. All right, let's get this news thing going.
Yeah. I hope you're prepared for.
I hope you like Power Rangers and Transformers and Pokemon. And oh boy, there's not a lot of the Pokemon, but we'll try our best. I just clicked settings instead of share. I'm sorry. Share screen. Chrome tab. Bam, news. All right. Here we go. I didn't just delete it because Corey's not here. There legitimately was no Soto stuff. I was gonna just delete it because Corey's not here, but then there wasn't anything, so it's kind of less funny. But
Corey's the one who talks most during that anyway, and
yeah,
he's got a whole podcast. So
we didn't even unblur Cyclone Joker Extreme yet, so he's still over there being blurry. Anyway, all the information for this is finally out. I think Toku Collectibles has it for pre-order for $85, which is a lot, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be, to be quite honest. But yeah, you get the DX Don Robotaro movable version, as it's called. These swappable hands that have his hands splayed open, a backdrop, his fan, and a seat, which is honestly just like a dinner tray. But it's fine. But yeah, you get all this extra movement. It's impressive because all they did was make the skirt piece move. Really, is all they changed for the most part, which is something that the toy should have really had to begin with.
Yeah.
But sure.
Yeah, but you also now have extra hands.
Oh boy.
So this really is like it's just the same toy but a different skirt area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I was actually wondering, like, it wouldn't make sense for them to remove the ability to, like, I don't know what happened there, to
Hana's flopping around. That's what happened.
To combine with Dragoku's mech, but at the same time, I could totally see them doing that. So I figured I'd check.
Yeah, they I'm sure it's on the page somewhere, but it basically says like this loses some leg stability in terms of combination. And so to use the old Robotaro with the combination with Tora Gojin or whatever it's called. And not this one. Because apparently this one is slightly weaker and can't hold the weight. But I can pull off cool poses that you can do with your
it's really just there for posing.
Yeah. As far as I know, it's only the bottom difference. I believe the top is entirely the same. Because I don't think it added any arm articulation. It was literally just leg pieces.
Yeah, on all the things like that they showed off of what they changed. Nothing up top.
Yeah, they're like, look at the legs. Look at the legs. Look at how the legs can move. Legs. I'm like, okay.
It really does just feel like, oh yeah, maybe we should have done that first, huh? And then
I feel like they were already putting so much into it that they're like, oh, if we do all this shit to the fucking skirt pieces and the hips and all that, it's gonna bump the price up even more, and then kids won't buy it. And I'm like, I guess it was already stupid expensive.
Yeah. Oh. I get the appeal of having this giant mech that's also posable, but at the same time, if you threw in these items to the mini plot, like you guys have been saying, it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna have just as much possibility.
Oh yeah, like this is all stuff that the mini plot can do. The only downside with the mini plot is one, you have to build it if you're not a builder, and the stickers. But I heard the stickers for Onitaijin were terrible. Not in terms of quality, but just in like the sheer number of them. Oh well, that's fine.
Before we move into Power Rangers, it's this. No, stay on that screen because it's perfect that I finished this now. I want to show off our newest addition to our ever growing list of videos.
Well, you already know what it is.
It's here.
I couldn't get any shorter. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Also, we forgot to tell people to do something. I completely forgot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I demand more toys.
Exactly that. Give me more toys.
But no, for real. He is always watching.
Yeah, always. Also, his name is Jordan.
Yeah, we found that out today.
I'm finally committed to remembering his name because I know a couple Jordans and I shouldn't forget that. Speaking of Jordan, or no, this has nothing to do with Jordan. Oh, no, he talked about this. Anyhow, season 2, part 2 is coming out on September 29th, so you still have to wait an entire fucking month for the rest of the show to come out, even though it would have been great to just release it on Power Rangers Day or like the week of, but it's fine. International airings are already starting / will start soon throughout the month of September, as this says right here. So have fun avoiding that. We already have synopsis translated from German listings for the rest of the show. So have fun. Also, people were talking about it in the open today. So if you are trying to avoid them, have fun. It sounds really cool for what it's worth, but they did also show a clip of, I believe it was episode 13, or 12, 13, whatever the next episode that should happen. And so it was just a clip of like Scrozzle and Zed on RAFCON or something. I don't know. It was fun, but they showed that on the stream. But yeah, cool. Neat. Moving on. All the rest is Lightning Storm related, but Josh isn't here. They just did that. That was their panel. So for Power Week, they were all like, we're going to do a new reveal every day at a non-specific time. It really was just a random time of the day. But then on Thursday, we're going to have a big fan stream with a bunch of other new stuff. And then Sunday, there's a big announcement from E1, which is their entertainment division. And it's more than likely going to be whatever season 30 is going to be. So look forward to that. Obviously, we can't talk about it now because we don't know. But we are not from the future, unfortunately. So we will talk about that next week. But be sure to keep an eye on the Twitter for whatever that is. And then anything that might come out of PMC. I'm also not expecting a whole lot to come out of PMC because Hasbro isn't there. But you never know. If anything big happens at SPD at PMC, should be tomorrow.
Big things are always happening.
Yeah, at SPD, yeah, like there's all these aliens and criminals and all that fun stuff. Always big stuff. And the base is a robot. It's huge. Big stuff all the time.
Big stuff all the time.
SPD, big stuff all the time. Anyway, our Monday reveal was Kira, that we knew about already because of some store picture leak thing. I don't remember. I don't keep track of things anymore. But there she is. 2 swappable hands. The Terra Daggers, I think they're called. I don't know. Weapons. The Thundermax Blaster and an effect piece. It's probably painted slightly different than the other Dino Thunder Rangers you have because it's Lightning Collection. Also, the face sculpt is scaring me.
Yeah.
I'm curious if it's the face or the hair, because like they used like there was several times in Dino Thunder where like her hair was kind of like curled a bit, and like that's what they used for this, and it looks like the plastic melted. And I don't like it.
If you painted it in red and told me that this was Carrie, I'd probably believe you.
That's fair. It's not Carrie, it's Kira. God.
It's been a while since I watched the movie.
Anyway, I'm skipping ahead because we knew. Nope. Oh no, I did put it in order. Cool. Good job, me. I just did this like 2 hours ago. I should know. Anyway, Tuesdays we were all expecting to be Wild Force Blue. We knew about it. They announced it a while ago during the hashtag I Love Power Rangers thing that Little Adam started, but they didn't. They went ahead and showed us something I'm super excited about. Ryu, we always called Ryu Ranger, but is not the Die Ranger Ryu Ranger, but Ryu from Street Fighter Ranger. But the Crimson Hawk Ranger is his official title, as per the video game. Unfortunately, it is not a pretty gold shield. It is our typical Buster D color, but still, it looks fantastic. I have always liked the 2 Street Fighter Rangers that they did. I just really I love things like Draken, the Omega Rangers, Hyperforce, the Turtle Rangers. Like, I just love those like new like Power Ranger exclusive kind of things, and especially when you get into the like the Turtle Rangers and the Street Fighter Rangers, these like collaborative Ranger designs. And so I always really like these designs. So I'm glad that these are finally getting toys after being in 2 different video games now. So it's really cool to see. I like the fact that most of his suit is kind of like an eggshell sort of color and not like a pure white, just like Ryu's actual outfit.
I love the Eggshell Ranger.
Yeah. I do sure love Eggshell Ranger. Yeah. But nah, he looks great. I do love that. You can see the accessories right here. So he has like a Hadoken style effect piece. This part, I believe, it's a foot piece. Okay. So there's a foot piece, and then one that looks like a special attack in Battle for the Grid, the fighting game. And I think he's got that attack in Legacy Wars as well. But
I do think it's a shame that the chest, and I think it even looks like the top of the head, isn't painted
the same color as down here.
The same as the boots or the gloves, but
especially because it is in the product
renders. It is on the product.
Though the product renders have the weird gold down here on the boot instead.
Yeah.
That's weird. Well. So he has like 2 Hadoken hands, 2 closed fists, and they are including a stand with this. One, it's got 3 little pegs, so that if you need help balancing your Crimson Hawk Ranger, you can, but all the effect pieces, at least the top two, can plug into the base. So you can actually like pose him firing either of the two attacks, which I think is pretty cool. So that is neat. Also, hello, Floof. Yes, it is us. We are still here because we are not in California having a apparently grand time. But yeah, so
we're not having a good time. We just want to stress that.
we are here in some capacity for you. So this was Tuesdays. Wednesdays was like, okay, so now it's either going to be Well Force Blue, or now we have the possibility of Chun-Li. And it was Chun-Li. And so I'm like, cool.
Now, I actually prefer Chun-Li's look over Ryu's a bit. Not that Ryu's looks bad. It absolutely doesn't. But
no, Chun-Li's is phenomenal.
But, Blazing Phoenix. That's a
Blazing Phoenix Ranger. It's quite the name. Go ahead.
I probably even shouldn't say that. She's not quite as thick as I would like.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm just saying.
It's really funny because it's hard to see in a lot of these pictures, but like in hand on the stream, it did look thicker. At least in the thighs, they specifically pointed out the fact that it's a new female sculpt because they wanted to make Chun-Li thicker than the normal female molds. But it is really hard to tell. Like in these promo pictures, to me it kind of looks like they just took like the dude legs and put it on the chick body. Which I mean, like, is fine, I guess, but they made a special point to highlight her arms look really weird in this picture. Oh, it's because they're white, and it looks like her hands are down here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why
it blends in. Yeah,
I hate it. But yeah, no, her design is great. The gold I feel is slightly less off-putting on her, just because like the arm cuffs are the same color, so it's only the part down here and like the belt. But
they actually did paint on the chest piece here, though. Like the background behind the Phoenix part is painted in that gold.
It's like this gold bronze color. What I particularly like about her design is like with Ryu, like you got the gloves, and it's like, okay, cool, he's got gloves, and I guess the headband portion of the helmet. But with like Chun-Li, there's just so much going on between like I don't want to call it a skirt piece, but the front of her like robes and like the spiked wristbands and the little like bun things on the helmet. Like there's so much of her design coming through in this. That really makes it pop, and I dig that a lot. As you can see from this picture, one of the effect pieces is the multi-kick effect. Then you also have another similar like bird firing shot, and then her blast piece as well, and the same stand for you to put the stuff on. But yeah, superb job on these. These are sold at the deluxe price point, so like $33.99 on Pulse, I believe. The same as like the monsters and stuff like that, probably because they're more original sculpts that they're not going to get multi uses out of.
Well, also it's a crossover, so
yeah, you gotta pay that licensing.
Marking it up a bit, since it has Street Fighter plastered on it.
And Box, it's not really so much that you arrived this late, it's just that we have very little to talk about, so we're here already.
I don't know if you've counted how many hosts are here, but
and we each only bought 1 to 2 things, so we were done with the pickups at like 10 minutes in. So But yeah, both of these are up. I believe both are actually sold out on Pulse, but like Dorkside and BBTS and stuff all should have them still. But I believe Pulse is sold out of both of them. But yeah, so that was our Tuesday and Wednesday reveals. And so Thursday rolled around and it was stream time. And then they're like, hey, we showed this one off already, but here it is. It'll be available for pre-order on Friday. For some reason, not the day of the stream, but the day after. Here's Max Wild Force Blue. He's got the proper stripes, I believe.
I was just gonna ask if they fixed the stripes.
Yeah.
I know. I think Josh told me that they were wrong.
The teeth? What's wrong with the teeth? I don't know. It's what Tom decided to do. Go ask Tom. Does he have the wrong holster? There's always got to be something wrong.
Yeah.
But the portrait looks pretty good. For Max, it does come with the crystal saber with the wrong colored handle? Question mark. I don't
know. I don't know if they
Force crystal saber. I believe they're all supposed to be white.
Yeah, they're all uniform, right?
They are all white. So yes, the crystal saber is wrong. The jewel is not colored, but the handle is. It is always something. They put the blue paint in the wrong place. Okay. So yeah, we knew about this one already. It's now available for pre-order. Go get it. So that completes Wave 12 with what we had previously, and then Kira and Max this week. So Wave 12 is all up for order now. Go get it, I guess. Have fun. We also continued with our next wave of deluxes with Snizzard. Everyone remembers Snizzard, right? Very iconic monster for Power Rangers. If you asked me to name a Power Rangers monster, I will immediately think of Snizzard. I don't remember this. I remember him, but here, get this. The only reason I really know, remember Snizzard constantly is because all of those clickbaity websites always, when they throw up a random Power Rangers facts thing, they always put Snizzard in because he was voiced by Bryan Cranston.
Oh.
So he's always there. They're like, look, this monster was voiced by Bryan Cranston before he was big. I'm like, okay. His jaw unhinges to a very creepy amount with snakes that pop out of his esophagus.
There's a lot of Zyuranger monsters that were just kind of gross like that.
The orb can go on his head. So that's neat. And he comes with a bow and some snakes and the same vine from Pumpkin Wrapper that was just repurposed into a snake. It is new. It's just it looks exactly the same. It's just a snake instead of a vine. But yeah, so he's here.
I mean, I'll admit the unhinging jaw with the little snakes inside is some very fun action figure shit.
Mm-hmm. It's really
as a
cool
kid, I would have loved that. It's like, oh my god, it opens. But
chat might know. Did Snizzard get an action feature toy way back when? I thought he got a toy. I just don't remember if it was only the big 8-inch scale ones or if it was one of the small ones too. Because I feel like the original toy might have had this weird action feature where his jaw just flew off.
Blade Raider says that they remember the episode because it's the Kimberly and a Tiny Plane episode.
I forgot.
That sounds insane. but it's believable. I don't remember that at all.
No, I remember that now. Kimberly had to fly like a tiny biplane because her uncle or whoever was piloting fell asleep. for some other like bad guy reason, like he fell asleep and the plane was gonna crash. Oh Jesus. AGMC says, who else would you want to see next? Personally, I don't care about the monster line all that much. I am still patiently waiting for a Squat and Babu 2-pack. I have Goldar. I have a really good Finster. We got a Scorpina. We don't have Squat and Babu. So all I really want from a monster line is to give me Squat and Babu and Rito.
And they'll pretty much fill out the...
And we're good.
Yeah.
I guess there's Master Vile, but...
Now, there's a toy I did have as a kid.
It was
had no articulation.
Yeah, no articulation. His head just spun around. Like, yeah, toy. But you know, like if I had to pick one for the monster line in particular, I'd probably pick Rito. But also, I don't want Rito in the monster line because then he would be taller than Goldar. Because all the monsters are like a slight... Goldar is pretty tall for a Lightning Collection figure, but he's still in that 6-inch scale. And these are all like a 7-inch scale because they're monsters. They're supposed to be imposing. But now you have Lord Zed and Goldar, which are shorter than the average monster. And so now it's just kind of a mess. So if Rito comes out, I'd prefer he just not be in the monster line, to be honest. But yeah, in that case, like in terms of a monster release in the deluxe line, I don't really have a wish list because I don't care. But yeah, so here's Snizzard. And so our second one is a thief. Likes to take money apparently and several other bad things. I don't know. I lost track.
Another one?
I lost track of all the like really shitty things like Gopon did apparently. Anyhow, this was apparently, I think, supposed to originally be Trip, but then they changed it to Lucas for some reason or another. Also, the symbols on the vector cycle are very different from box to toy. But yeah, so like as with all the Ranger focused deluxe sets, they come with a vehicle of some sort. We had TJ with the Galaxy Glider. And now we have Lucas with the Vector Cycle. I don't remember the Vector Cycles having machine guns on the front, but I might be wrong about that. I don't know. Please tell me if this was an actual thing in Time Force. Shaddix, you were watching Time Force recently, weren't you? And Chenix said this one makes sense because Lucas's one personality trait was that he was a racer.
They do, but they're way smaller than what this is.
Okay, so they existed kind of.
Or I guess his do.
His did.
They all have different ones.
They all have different ones.
I look at
he just absolutely had fucking Gatling guns.
Yeah.
Neat. Anyway, he's here. Honestly, you got the two sabers that hook together, just like Wes's, and the gun. 2 hands, big old cycle, some chain guns. Yeah. If you like Time Force, go for it. Have fun with your bike that only he is gonna have. Because you're not getting any more bikes, just like we're probably not getting any more Galaxy Gliders. So I love this line. And that was it for the figures. We did get a tease that I forgot to put in here that I just realized I forgot to grab. They did show renders of Coda and Zoe for Wave 14. Yeah, I absolutely forgot to put those in, so that's my bad. They look great. Obviously, I'm unloading a lot of my Lightning Collection figures, so if anyone wants any, please DM me. But I am keeping Beast Morphers because, one, I liked Beast Morphers, and two, Go Busters is my favorite Sentai. So I'm keeping all the Beast Morpher stuff, so I'm very much looking forward to Zoe, and Coda looks great too. The sculpt looks very much like Yoshi, so those are both exciting. And then the rest of Wave 14, I believe, is supposed to be a Wild Force villain of some sort. And what was the other one? I don't remember. If anyone remembers what the other one for Wave 14 was supposed to be, send out in the chat.
Has Lightning Collection done anything Wild Force yet? Would this be the first thing?
They did Lunar Wolf, and then they did Blue.
I'm so stupid.
Which one did you think I said?
No, for some reason I was thinking Jungle Fury.
I
got excited. I'm like, oh man.
They did not do anything Jungle Fury yet, which is
I don't know why. I'm stupid.
Jungle Fury is another one that I would be tempted to get figures for. I think Mystic Force would be another one I'd be tempted to collect the team of. Also, Chenik said if it isn't Zanaku, I will riot. Prepare for it to be a putrid. I'm just letting you know right now. Because they seem to be keen on the foot soldiers. So have fun with that. Oh, is SPD Yellow for Wave 14? I don't remember. SPD Yellow is soon though, Tommy. I thought it was Wave 14, but if Zoe's in Wave 14, that's 2 yellows. Would they do 2 yellows? I don't know. But no, SPD Yellow is supposed to be soon. Which is good because that completes SPD other than Cat and Nova, which are lower on the need list. But
yeah, I think those are.
Nova's a pipe dream.
Pretty far off.
Cat could definitely happen, just because one, she was in it a little bit more, and she's a character in Battle for the Grid, so I think there's a chance. But Shadow Super would probably beat Lightning Collection to Jungle Fury somehow. Yeah, so that is Wave 2 of Deluxes, formally, I believe. Wolf Warrior, Tommy is right. Right here. Wolf Warrior needs to happen. Above all else, I just need my Wolf Warrior, please. And Korag. Just put the same mold in a 2-pack together and I will purchase it.
Yeah. I was gonna say they can easily repaint it.
And then they also announced this because the Pink Ranger one sold so well and did not just sit at GameStops everywhere for a very, very long time and then go on clearance for $5 off. That's not clearance GameStop. That's a very bad sale. But anyway,
that's a coupon.
That is a coupon. That is a Michael coupon. But yeah, so they're continuing this. I guess we're gonna get a new one every year because they're just gonna keep trying to shove the Power Morphers down our throats. So now we had the Pink Ranger, now we have the Yellow Ranger. These are supposed to be styled after the 1995 movie. They did the best they could.
Then shouldn't the 95 suit be on the cover?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they can though. Because I think those technically belong to Fox, which now belongs to Disney. So I don't know if they can actually put those suits on anything without getting licensing. Also, this is the back of the box. I think. No, it might be the front of the box. I don't know. Anywho. Yeah, so you get the power coins. They are the dino coins and not the ninja coins. Even though I think if these were the ninja coins, it would give you a reason to buy one of them at least. But they're not. But anyhow, I didn't know what other picture to put in here, so I just put this picture in because it looks like she's trying to serve you the morpher on a platter, and I thought it was really funny.
It's edible now.
It's edible. Eat the morpher. The morpher is actually cake.
It'd probably sell better.
Yeah, when you can at least eat it and enjoy it. But yeah, it has a bunch of sound clips about Aisha. Yeah, it tells you facts about Aisha. No, a bunch of voice clips of Aisha that probably isn't Karen Ashley. But still, have fun with this.
Did you know Vanguard has a card called Reverse Aisha?
It's funny because there's a card called Asha that's really close to Aisha. Anyway, yeah, this happened. I forgot how much it is, but it's here. It's probably like $70 or something. Why is she wearing a Wiggles outfit? It's just a shirt. It's a yellow shirt, which I guess is a Wiggles outfit. Anyhow, they announced these today. These were today's reveals. The power daggers, which apparently now have always yellow blades. Not sure if you knew this, but yeah, the power daggers are always yellow. At least if it has the ability to not be yellow, they haven't shown it, and all of the images show them as yellow. So this is like they keep putting these like light up features in all of their legacy weapons, and I'm not sure why, because at the end of the day, it basically hinders every one of these to some degree. Just either in terms of appearance or functionality, or it could be cheaper if they didn't put lights in it.
Honestly, putting the light in it makes it look cheaper to me.
It
I
does.
was sitting here looking at like, why does this look so weird? And I couldn't figure it out. It's just because it's not a silver blade.
Yeah, there's the glowing amber blades. And because they just used the base molding from the power lance, you can connect them together. The power daggers connecting was apparently something that was in a like Power Rangers like info guide, and it was never in the shows at all. But because of it's cheaper to keep molding going, you can do it here.
Does this mean that it's as long as the
No.
power? Okay.
the power lance has an extra piece that's like a longer stick that you connect the two ends to make it like a full lance size. But you don't get that part here. So you can make the lance about this long if you wanted to, but there's a piece with the lance.
If you have the lance, just use that piece with these.
Yeah, and then you can have
a big double dagger.
Yeah. Yeah, double dragon. I can have double daggers. Anyway. God, speaking of dragon, I wonder how the fucking Legend of the White Dragon shit's doing at Morphicon. Oh, that cracks me up. Anyhow.
I hope it's a flop.
Oh, me too. Oh, I forgot to put the news about JDF getting signed divorce papers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you forgot to put the crappy figure in the news.
Oh yeah, no, I did that too. I did not. I forgot that. I mean,
no one needs to lay out.
I wiped it from my memory, to be honest. But they took everything. Oh God, Legend of the White Dragon. I will not pay to see Legend of the White Dragon, but God, when it comes out on like streaming, I'm assuming it's direct to streaming, but I don't know what they're gonna do to try to make money off of it. But yeah, I want to get a group together and just roast the hell out of this thing while watching it. Oh, because that's funny.
That would be a very fun thing to like release Geek each week with tracks for it.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It,
We'll probably do that. This friend group has a history of riffing on JDF. So
yeah, if you can convince us all to watch it,
yeah. We'll open up a tip jar, and if we get enough money to waste our time watching this, it won't take much. Let me tell you.
And just to be clear, that money's not going to JDF.
No.
We will not. I will not pay real money for that.
Right. No. The tip jar is just going to like give all of us $5 so that we can go get snacks while we rip on the movie. Anyway, these are up for pre-order. I forgot when they come out. It's $131.99. Have fun.
God,
I hate it. Anyhow,
that's gonna be one pricey like blaster.
Oh yeah, providing it can actually connect together. The power blaster is going to be probably close to, if not at least $1,000.
I mean, if you're into this like enough to where you've already bought some of it, those better damn well connect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, what's that for Wheeljack? Not a whole lot going on this week because we just had a stream last week, I believe. Yeah, the bow is going to be pricey just based on how big it is, and the power axe is going to be fucking expensive. So yeah, it's gonna be a thing when it's all said and done. The bow will still light up. In fact, the whole thing will light up. It'll be a fluorescent tube.
Can you imagine if, and I don't think they would, if they made it like the toys where you have to move it to make noise, but you can never shut it off. So the whole thing's just making like 10 different noises all the time.
A bunch of Bandai products did that. I hate it. I think the Beast Morphers Morpher, which is a weird thing to say. I believe that had the motion activation for like punching, and you could not turn it off. I hate it. So this came out August 24th, a couple days ago. Hasbro to change their toy distribution strategy, and we all joked that hopefully this time they actually have a strategy. Basically, the long story short of all this is in particular to things like a Cyberverse or Earthspark that's coming out, like the kid focused lines, because we're not in a day of age anymore where like a show will just gradually come out. So like Earthspark will come out and we'll have either most of the season or all of the season drop on Paramount Plus at one time. And so a lot of this is just talking about just trying to space product out better. Because you're always going to get stuck in this pattern where you dump a show, there's a character that could appear halfway through and you want a toy of that character, but it's not made or not on the shelf yet. And so they're trying to adjust distribution and release strategies to Paramount Plus releases weekly. Oh, thank God. Cool. I like that. I know they did with Halo. I didn't know if they did that for all shows. I hope it's released weekly because I can keep up with that. So hopefully, but they want to basically try to space out releases in smaller waves instead of like a huge retail push at one time. One thing that they had an issue with was BotBots because they had BotBots for years and then they finally made a TV show for it. But because of how distribution was so bad now during the pandemic, because the BotBot show came out, I think, last year or the year before that. And because of distribution during the pandemic, there wasn't any BotBot stuff on the shelf during the time the show was relevant. And it being a Netflix show, it just got dumped. And people talked about the BotBot show for like a week, and then and it just sort of fizzled away. So, in a nutshell, basically, with Earthspark hopefully releasing weekly through Paramount Plus, they want to space things out for their kid-focused lines better, and this applies to like the kid-focused Rise of the Beast stuff. They also ran into a lot of issues with Rise of the Beast being delayed a full year. So yeah, they're doing something. Hopefully, it'll help. I guess I don't know. Good luck, guys. You need it. Oma Ender Prime says it wasn't even a week for BotBots; it was a day. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Also, things Hasbro's reevaluating. E1 that we're getting a announcement for on Sunday regarding Power Rangers. Hasbro's evaluating what they want to do with E1. Again, long story short here, it's basically like E1 works on a lot of things that aren't Hasbro focused. They mentioned Yellow Jackets and Designated Survivor in here. So they're considering either taking the existing staff of E1 and pushing them to branded entertainment. So like they specifically mentioned Peppa Pig movies here, but like Peppa Pig, PJ Masks, all these little dudes that are in the picture here, My Little Pony, Transformers, G.I. Joe, all the stuff that Hasbro owns that they want to make media for. Now that they own E1, they're basically like, hey, we own you, so please make stuff for our brands and only for our brands. Or Hasbro can sell the properties that E1 makes that they don't want. Again, like Yellow Jackets and Designated Survivor. And so the staff on those shows would just get moved. But yeah. So who knows if E1 will be a thing or if it will change names again. Hasbro had Allspark Pictures for the longest time, and now they have E1 after they bought E1. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't particularly care. I just thought this was a fun thing to talk about. And it's not even really a fun thing to talk about, but I'm just padding for time, really. But speaking of things that are being padded for time, let's talk about the things on the right because they're a little bit easier to talk about. During Transformers Prime, even though I think they came out after Transformers Prime even aired, but they're just little plastic vinyl figures. Plastic vinyl figures, yeah, sure. Little
look
vinyl
at all
figures.
those dog toys.
yeah, they're all like rubber vinyl figures of the evergreen designs of Prime, Megatron, and Bumblebee. They're like $5 out of Five Below, I guess. This Primal, we have no pictures of the monkey mode, but he is one of those like really tall. I forgot what size class it is. It might be Titan Hero. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's like the evergreen designs that you would see at like a Big Lots or Kroger. I've seen them at. I've also seen them at Five Below as well. and I've seen them at that might be it. You'll occasionally see some at like a Family Dollar kind of thing. But yeah, there he looks very spindly and weird. But obviously they're gonna try to push a bunch of Primal merchandise because Rise of the Beast should be out, but it'll be out next year now. So yeah, expect a lot more random evergreen-esque Primal merchandise as they try to build up hype for Rise of the Beast. Peekaboo, he sees you. So yeah, these were some weird ass pictures, but they're the only pictures we got of a potential Generation Selects Magnificus. So for those that don't know, Magnificus is a black repaint of Perceptor that eHobby did way back in like 2006, 2007 area, sometime around there. And so now we're potentially getting a Gen Selects release. It could be released as Shattered Glass Perceptor because he was like this design. But given the fact that there's a purple Decepticon logo on the chest, it's probably going to be Magnificus and not a Shattered Glass release. Yeah, so this will potentially be out at some point in the future, maybe. He does have a new head, so that's cool. But yeah, cool. It's also colored after the original Microman toy that Perceptor was based on. So the original release was black and silver, but then they turned him red and teal when he came over for Transformers. But yeah, so there we go. There's a robot. And finally, this is just something I wanted to bring to the Transformers fans' attentions in the audience. At TF Nation in the UK this past weekend, I believe. Chris McFeely, the guy that does the basics, and Jim Sorensen did a big like panel script reading of the original script for the Transformers movie. And so he kind of detailed it in 3 different Twitter threads. If you go to this news story on TFW, they basically transcribed all the tweets into one news post. So if you wanted to check that out, a lot of characters are different. Story beats are a little bit different. There's some artwork that he supplied to. There's like a big train snake that they cut from the movie that looked really fucking cool. So it's really cool. It's a really good read if you're into like the obscure history of Transformers related things. So really cool. I just wanted to bring that to people's attention if they wanted to go check that out. So not really news, but something you should take a look at.
Yeah. And if you've never checked out the basics, do so.
Yeah.
it's a really good series.
Yeah, Chris is a like phenomenal Transformers historian, basically. For those that don't know, but yeah, the basics is where I got a lot of my knowledge of Transformers that just lives in my head. And he's been doing that for quite a long time now. So there's a lot of backlog if you're interested in learning about the entire history of certain Transformers or certain subsections of Transformers too. So very cool.
Pokemon.
Worlds was last weekend. So you can go check out those VODs if you're interested in checking out some TCG action or some video game action or Pokemon Go or Pokemon Unite or Pokken. So there was 5 things happening at Worlds.
I'm surprised that Go has competitive scene.
Go's competitive is a sight to behold, to be quite frank. You have a meta that includes things like Galarian Stunfisk, and it's wild. And it's particularly funny to me because like Pokemon Go's PvP is tap the shit out of your phone until you have enough power to do a charge attack. And then you have to think about whether you want to use your like shield bubble to protect yourself or not, because you only get 2 of them a match. And you have 3 Pokemon to pick from. But there's a huge like meta hive that like this, like there's like Metacham, and Metacham's good against like this section of the hive, but like it's weak against this section of the hive. And so it just, they keep counterbalancing each other. But the people that do competitive Go will have like the knowledge of the like precise DPS that each Pokemon has. And some of them will have like the knowledge of what frame to hit the button on to outspeed the opponent's Pokemon. It's some obscure ass shit. And I'm sitting here like doing a raid with my recommended team because I'm too lazy to actually put any thought into anything for Pokemon Go. And these people are out here like trying to get the perfect IVs. And I don't even mean the perfect IVs in a like 15-15-15 spread. I'm talking about perfect IVs in like you want 0 in attack with 15-15 in defense and HP, because of the way that the EV spreads work in Go is different than the way EV spreads work in the video games. And so if you have more EVs in defense or whatever, like you have a certain amount of points and it increases that, and it's a little bit slower and it's good in a certain situation, it's some wild shit. And it blows my mind. I was looking at a meta chart and I'm sitting here, I'm like, why is Stunfisk good? And
my boy,
it was just, he was good against certain things, and like people are in an uproar because Registeel is really good in the meta, but Registeel hasn't been a raid boss in like months and months, and so they're like, there's a barrier of entry. I'm like, God, this is absurd. I'm like, this is Pokemon Go. It's like when people like there was a shiny Gibble, right? And shiny Gibble originally released in like exclusively in raids. And then like 6 to 8 months later, I think it might even been a year later, they did like a Gibble community day. So like the shiny was pretty easy to get. And so like these people will go like, I spent hundreds of dollars in raid passes to grind for like my perfect shiny Gibble. And now you're just handing them out. I'm like, yeah, because community day, I'm going to go out there in the park for 3 hours. I'm going to walk away with 3 perfect shiny Gibbles. No, that's not how the game fucking works.
No, I totally went to the park and someone was like, here, you want a perfect shiny Gibble? You can have it.
Yeah, there was a rep there. And he's like, here, I'll trade you. It even doesn't even cost any Stardust. Here, it's free. And I'm like, the lengths that these people go that are obsessed with Go is wild to me. As someone like, I mean, I dump a lot of money in Go, but most of that is for like the event tickets or bag space and like Pokemon storage and stuff. And that is all just because I'm lazy. It's not because I need to. It's because I'm too lazy to try to item manage or Pokemon manage. So it's a lot easier for me when I need to just like throw $5 at it and go, cool, I don't have to worry about this anymore. But they got people that buy like hundreds of dollars of raid passes, and so I'm like, y'all, I can't, y'all. It's a fucking Niantic game on your phone. I'm like, please stop. Anyway, that was a huge tangent on Pokemon Go. Which is funny because Pokemon Go, like the Go Fest finale day is tomorrow, so I'm going to be playing. But yeah, no, like the hardcore Pokemon Go scene is wild to me. I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. Also, the fact that there's like 20 people watching right now and it's just us two makes me very happy. Thank you guys. Anyhow, Worlds, like I said, was last weekend, and during the closing ceremonies, they showed off some cool video game news and some cool TCG news. We're going to start with the video game news. They showed off a new Pokemon, Cyclizar, who has a striking resemblance to our box art legendaries.
Yeah.
I wonder what that could mean. And he is a dragon normal type. He looks cool. I love him. He's neat. He's got a significantly smaller throat pouch or throat sack. There we go. That was the word.
Well, he doesn't turn into a motorcycle. He turns into a scooter.
Yeah. He doesn't need a stick of wheels. He's just a scoot.
I like that Game Freak is kind of decided, hey, you know what? Maybe we can just let legendaries evolve and give them like lower level cute forms. I really don't mind it. I like Cyclizar. I think he's neat. That's about it. Like they didn't really show too much. A lot of the trailer was focused on it's right in the start.
This cracked me the hell up.
A lot of the trailer was focused on like competitive stuff, which I thought was neat. I thought like that was a good way of like tailoring it towards the event, as well as just acknowledging that every game does have competitive changes.
Yeah.
Which they don't always acknowledge it. And that's neat.
For those curious, the ranked battles that were in Sword and Shield are back. So every season you can climb the ladder if you want to. And have a good time with that. Anyway, Cyclizar, we're gonna go on for I'm in the wrong screen. There we go. There's some new items announced. Mirror Herb. Copies an opponent's stat increased when consumed, so unfortunately it does sound like a consumable, which isn't a big deal in competitive, because if you consume something in competitive, you don't lose it. But in game, when consumable is used, it's gone, so be careful. But yeah, that's cool. So like if an opponent uses Swords Dance, ups their attack stat by like 3 or whatever Swords Dance does, you get that boost too. So that's a pretty neat little item. Covert Cloak. This hooded cloak conceals the holder, protecting it from additional effects and moves. So no special effects basically, or no stat decreases. That's neat. I feel like I missed that one. I feel like that's new to me. And loaded dice, which was pretty cool. We don't know if this is a held item or a consumable item. But makes multi-strike moves more likely to hit more times. So like if you ever use like pin missile or double slap and it only hits like once or twice and you just get really sad, you want this.
I remember at least early on in Sword and Shield competitive, an Eldegoss, I think, was what a lot of people use for like multi-strikes against their own Pokemon, so it could like power up a lot, and that would just make it even more broken. I have never once used any of these items in like an actual in-game battle. I've only ever used them either in breeding, because they also have breeding purposes, or in competitive. I've never outside of that, I've never used it in game.
Yeah, I mean, I probably won't use many of these, if any, just because I usually just like take the item that makes my attack stronger.
Well, most of these kinds of things you have to either really search hard for, or do like
battle tower stuff.
A battle tower type of thing. Yeah.
But
and then we have Shedtail, which is just so broken. I can't even. It's for a legendary, so
it's hilarious to me because this animation, it's Shedtail, and so basically, like they took the model of Cyclizar, they're like, he used Shed Tail. And so he turns into like a little wiggling tail. And then the tail turns into a substitute doll. The substitute doll turns into the Pokeball, goes back to the trainer. A new Pokeball comes out, turns into Pokemon, and then that Pokemon turns back into a substitute doll. I'm like, I feel like there is a significantly faster way of doing this. But okay. I also really wish it would swap places with a Pokemon, but like it would be like Zoroark and you wouldn't know what came out. But maybe that's too broken. I don't know. I don't play competitive. I don't know if that's too broken or not. But yeah, so like that's a cool thing. I always like substitute moves. I had a substitute belly drum baton pass team during X and Y, I think, that I really liked. So I dig that stuff. We also have Terra Blast, which is just a like question mark type move that will match the terrestrialized type of the user. So I think they showed I don't know if it was for Terra Blast, but I know they showed a Colossal that had a water type terrestrialization, which I think is pretty cool. Because they were highlighting how like your opponents don't know. I mean, obviously once a meta forms, it'll be a lot easier to sort of like know what the Terra type is going to be. But in generally speaking, the opponent doesn't know what Terra types your Pokemon are. So like if they try to use a water type move on Colossal because it's a 4 times weak, and your Colossal becomes terrestrialized and turns into a water type, suddenly it's not doing like any damage.
Yeah, doing like neutral damage
and
to a Pokemon that has like high defense.
Yeah, so they're like it can change the tides of battle because your opponent never knows. And honestly, I think that's really cool. It adds a completely new element of thinking on what sort of strategy you want to do to try to knock out the Pokemon, because you have to think like, oh, if I use a water type, they might Terra type into a water type and it won't do anything. So maybe I want to try to use a different type that they're weak to that would still be more effective if they are water. And so it's like this multi-layer thing of trying to outplay your Pokemon games.
Have we gotten a confirmation on how many Pokemon in a battle can terrestrialize?
I thought it was one.
Hmm.
Which, given how cool this mechanic is, I think is a little unfortunate. But also, like, if your whole team could do it, that might be too broken.
I think that would end up just making matches a lot longer.
Oh yeah, and like VGC matches can already go on for eternity sometimes. But yeah, I think it's a 1. I'm not 100% on that, but I thought they said it was 1.
That tends to be the limit for all like,
because
however you want to call these,
like kind of like with Dynamax, is that without knowing, because if it's not held item related, because Dynamax wasn't, if it's not held item related and you can't see the opponent's held items, you don't know what Pokemon's going to get terrestrialized. And so like it could be any of them, which I think is kind of, I really liked that part of Dynamax when Dynamax was new and there really wasn't a meta forming yet. It was really fun to watch matches because you never really knew what was going to get Dynamaxed, or if they had a Gigantamax instead, or how plans can change on the fly if what you wanted to Dynamax got knocked out very suddenly. And so then you had a backup, and then that backup would Dynamax. Like it was before a solid meta was formed, and it turned into a bunch of legendary spam again. Worlds was kind of boring. It was really interesting to see matches and what ended up being Dynamax and what didn't. So it's kind of similar to that. in that regard. And also as a PSA, because Saka just mentioned it, new starter plushies are up on Pokemon Center in both Pokédoll and keychain form. So if I had money, I would have ordered them. But I do not at the moment. But I will hopefully get them soon. But yeah, that was it for the video game. There was a couple more like tidbits of competitive stuff and online stuff sprinkled in throughout, but that was the bulk of that. Something that I was particularly excited about was the TCG side of things. And every year at Worlds, obviously it's been very different because there hasn't been a Worlds for like 3 years. But like when we had the tag teams, actually when we had the GXs initially, they showed off Lunala and Solgaleo at Worlds. They were very obscured. There was like liquid metal like blocking out types and stuff like that. And they did that with these ones too in a way. We'll show them in a second. But so like the GXs premiered at Worlds, and then later on they premiered the GX Ultra Beasts. Even though there was no mechanical difference in them, they just hyped them up because, oh look, these are red instead of blue. And then the tag teams were revealed at Worlds, and then the Vs, and they teased the V Maxes at Worlds. So like every year at Worlds, we get like a tease of what the next TCG mechanic is. And so everyone was really hyped to find out what Scarlet and Violet was going to bring us. And I kind of knew this going in because the Pokemon TCG has this unfortunate thing of, I'll switch it so you can look at these, has an unfortunate thing of not ever really coming up with anything new. They just sort of have their bag of gimmicks and they go, okay, we used this one, so we'll set it aside. Here's what we have left. And they shake the hat and pull a new one out. And they go, okay, we'll rehash this. Because like the breaks when they had those in the XY era were very similar to the level X cards that we had in Gen 4. The Vs and V Maxes were, and now V Stars, were very similar to the EXs and Megas that we had in X and Y era. And so on. And GXs were very similar to the original EXs. And now we are back to the original EXs. So these are Pokemon EX, lowercase EX, not to be confused with capital EX. Lowercase EX was Gen 3, our Ruby Sapphire era. These were the first time ever that Pokemon gave up more than one prize card. They are a little bit stronger. They packed a little bit more punch. They had a little bit more HP. But if you killed it, you got 2 prize cards. And so it was big and exciting. And then, but they operated like normal cards. So assuming that like Cyclizard evolves into Koraidon and Miraidon, depending on which version you have. So these would be stage 1 Pokemon EX that evolve from whatever Cyclizard you play. And that's just how it always functioned during Gen 3. And then when Gen 4 rolled around, we switched to the Primes and the Level X's, and those worked completely different than EXs. But when they came out with Pokemon EX, capital EX, in the XY era, that was when they started the push to big basic Pokemon. So you would have like a Blaziken EX that was a basic Pokemon that you just threw on the field without evolving or anything like that, that were still stupid strong with high HP. And these ones were the ones that eventually could Mega Evolve when we got to that point. But yeah, I hated that. Pokemon is a show that's about like a show. It's a game that's about evolving and changing and like leveling up. And so when they shifted to these EXs that were basics, and you're just throwing a Blaziken down on the field that can like kick anyone's ass. It got really boring to me. And so I was not a fan of that like XY era as a whole because of that. Megas helped a little bit because you could evolve the EX into something stronger, and so it was kind of like you were evolving. But still, when GXs rolled around in Sun and Moon, they still had that evolving mechanic that the original EXs had. So like a Gardevoir GX evolved from a Curlia. And so I was like, oh, cool, we're evolving again. Neat. And then when the Vs came out in Sword and Shield, we went back to big basics again, just like with the GX tag teams. And it was very saddening to me. And then COVID hit, and we had no actual big tournaments for basically anything Sword and Shield related. So I guess at the end of the day, I don't care because I didn't play. But we are now back to Gen 3 with our lowercase EXs. They evolve, as you can see here. We have a Mimikyu EX, a Lucario EX, that's a stage 1, and a Magnezone EX, that's a stage 2. Their HP spread is pretty interesting. Mimikyu's is like 190, which is just like a big beefy basic. But not compared to what we have now. But Lucario is a stage 1 with 260, and Magnezone is a stage 2 with 330, which is the average HP of VMAXs. So I like how they spread everything out with the stages to where the stage 2s are like the levels of VMAXs and like stronger V stars, and stage 1s are like weaker V stars, and then the basics are just like normal Vs that we have now. But yeah, so I love this. The attacks seem fairly cheap. So despite the fact that we are going to be in a evolving format, it shouldn't make games last too long because things are still pretty cheap to attack with. Obviously with these, they're both colorless, which is not going to be the case. Because dragon is still a type again. So these at the very least will be dragon type, but obviously they'll be other types as well. So they'll probably end up being their secondary types instead, just so that they're different colors, because that's just kind of how this game works. But like I said before, when they announced the GXs, they blocked a lot of things out. We don't have their energy costs, their energy type, what stage they are. If you read the abilities, it says attach up to 2 basic blank energy cards from your discard pile to your basic blank Pokemon, because they didn't want to reveal any sorts of typings at all. And they're very basic attacks too. These are probably going to end up being promo cards, actually, to be quite honest. But yeah, so they didn't reveal a whole lot. They just wanted to show the card templates. And like these are weird because they're all like kind of shadowed out. But as the trailer went on, like the cards would shift and you could eventually see like the whole fucking card. So I don't know why they're being so secretive about it. Like you can see this entire Magnezone over here. It does 220 for 2 lightning energies, and it does 30 damage to itself. Like it's not a mystery. It's right here. But anyway, yeah, they showed those, and then that was it. And then they finalized the trailer with the EX logo with a crystal finish, because obviously they're not going to have terrestrialization in the video games without implementing it in some way in the card game. How it's going to be implemented, we don't know. I actually kind of wish this is what they showed us, because I'm actually very intrigued by what they could do. But yeah, they could. One of my friends suggested that they'll have like alternate types. So like you'll have Riolu, and it can evolve into like the fighting type Lucario normally. But then there'll be terrestrialized versions of the card that are different types that you could pull from packs. Which is an interesting way of going about it, which I think would be kind of neat. Also, they could make item cards that change your type instead, like just the crowns, which is a boring way of doing it. But I don't know. There's multiple different things that they could do, but obviously we're gonna have some alternate typing EXs at some point because thematics. Yeah, I just went on a huge tangent about cards. So there you go. There's a history lesson for you.
I would have added more to the conversation, but you threw a lot of letters at me early on, and apparently there's an EX and an EX, so it's...
Yeah, you have an EX and an EX! And they're entirely different.
And then there's GX?
Yeah, and then there's a GX and a V.
So we got the Yu-Gi-Oh sequels up in here too?
Yeah.
Or 5Ds?
Yeah. We didn't get any Ds yet. Pokemon don't got D's nuts. They do have V's though. Oh hey, it's a Josh. Hi Josh. We're an hour and a half in and somehow I'm still talking, so that's neat. But anyway, we're done.
Yeah.
Josh, what are you guys doing? Do you want to play Likey That Pricey? I don't know if you're with everyone right now.
No, he's in a bar.
Well, I mean, probably.
I don't know.
Josh out there getting plastered. Just had a successful panel, hopefully, and now you're hitting all the Pasadena bars.
Really tearing Pasadena up.
Tearing Pasadena up. I want to be at a bar? Where are you?
Josh, you can't leave us hanging with... You gotta, like...
He's with Oscar Baby, because Oscar Baby just said, "Sup, nerds? It's me reporting in from Josh's hotel room." Oh, there's Will. Hi, Will. Everyone's here. Are you all just sitting in Josh's hotel room? Anyway, we have a game of Likey That Pricey. But obviously, with it just being us two, we cannot do it. So yeah, Chris still won. Yes, of course. That's a gimme. Hi, Morgan. Corey is still in a car. So everyone's here, just not here. Oh, you're wait. Oh, Josh. Okay, Josh becomes a celebrity, so now you'll have to wait for him because he has to finish his business.
Corey, how could you manage to jump in at the same time as everybody else if you're not even in the same group? Well, we sort of had an idea.
So our idea was that we're gonna play Likey That Pricey with you guys. Aresol, did you want to play, or do you just want to?
I'll play.
Okay.
But real quick, just to explain.
Will literally.
From the beginning of the show, I've just been looking at the chat and I've been writing down everybody's names that I've seen. I put them in this program. It's like a scoreboard thing, like a ranking thing, and that's going to keep track of points. Now, obviously, not everybody who is here at the beginning is probably going to be here right now. But if you would like to play along, we are looking at... Did Aresol get a tattoo? I've had this for a few years. But if you would like to play along, we will be looking at the chat during this one. So, like, we're not worried about spoilers or anything. And we'll just see like who gets it right, who gets closest, whatever. And
don't worry about like not mentioning a price that someone else already mentioned. Whatever you want your guest to be, throw it out in the ether. Only post once. And if like two people say like 6,000 yen or whatever, you'll both win points.
Yeah, we're not worried about duplicate answers.
So yeah. So we're gonna try this, and hopefully it is fun. So any of our usual cohorts, if you want to play, feel free to sound out in the chat. I will get this set up. Chrome tab, PMC, share. All right. All right, here goes. I'm the host. I want to be on top. There we go. Okay. First up, PMC is now. We are not there. Here are some Power Rangers. All right, so our first Power Ranger is the Bandai HG Seed Arms Astray PMC Custom Leon and hashtag 39 semicolon S dot Graves, a dedicated machine 56. Not assembled, package damaged. This is a Gunpla kit for those who don't know what's happening.
I guess I'll just say what I think.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say 2,500.
All right, you got 25. Adam Prime says 1,200. Corey says 1,200. Chenix says 5,000. Power Rider says 3,000. Jay says 2,000. Tyler says 1,500. AGMC says 500. Blade Raider says 2,500. Oma says 2,000. Phi says 3,000. I guess Donnie technically said $1. Jeff says 5,001. Morgan says 700. Pascal fan says 1 yen.
Probably call it in a second.
Yeah, let me set up a quick little timer. There's like a little clock app, right? Yeah, clock. Welcome to focus sessions. That's not what I wanted. No, I don't want to focus. Stop. What is this nonsense? Timer. How do I change it? There we go. Well, I'm setting. Okay, everyone is going to get a minute to submit their answers. And yes, 1 yen is less than a cent.
Of course, you've all had a minute for this one.
Okay, yeah. So I now have a clock set up. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, the actual price is 2,800. So I believe 2,500 is our winner.
Yeah, which means that our other winner would be Blade Raider.
Yeah, so Aresol.
They also guessed 2,500.
Aresol gets 2 points.
So I'll click me. I'll give myself a point. I'll click Blade Raider.
Perfect.
Currently neck and neck. Everybody else gets 0.
All right, and just to save a huge mental disaster, since this was only worth 1 point, so only Aresol and Blade Raider. I want you two to tell me whether this is sold out. Because otherwise I'm going to have a big string of yes, yes, no, 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 yes, 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 no in the chat, and I'm going to get a headache. So it'll only be the people who get the price right for a chance at a bonus point with the sold outs. So Aresol Blade Raider, is this sold out?
I'm going to say it probably is, yeah.
And whenever Blade Raider.
Corey's not listening to the rolls. Blade Raider says it's in stock. Looks new.
All right. It is not sold out.
So Blade Raider got it. I'm like, did I? No, I got it wrong. All right.
All right, good job, guys. So Blade Raider has 2 points. Aresol has 1 point. There is 10 of these total, by the way. I initially had like 15 picked when I thought we were going to have guests. But now that we're doing the audience, I figured I'd save ourselves a little bit of headache and I went with 10. Anyway, our next Power Ranger is whatever this is. Good Smile Company, Motoroidos, PMC Cerberus Exoframe. Unassembled package damage.
It says it's obsolete.
Obsolete, just like PMC. It says 135, so it might be a 135 scale. 135 scale, 135th scale. And all right, everyone has a minute starting now.
This one probably, it feels like it might be a little more expensive. I'll guess 3,000.
All right, Aresol with the 3,000. Let's see. Power Rider says 4,500. Chenix says 3,000. Corey says 6,000. And GMC says 2,001. Adam says 3,000. Fi says 4,000. Oma says 6,000. Morgan says 3,500. Jeff says 2,500. Blade Raider says 8,000. Jay says 3,200. Tyler says 4,000. All right, 10 seconds. Three, two, one. Beep. Oh God, yes, I'm looking at the alarm. I know it's done. All right. All right. Tyler is our last entry. So if anyone says anything after Tyler, the actual retail price is 1,500. This one was on the cheaper side of things.
Oh my God, did we all get it wrong?
Everyone went over.
Everyone fails. Everyone fails.
Oh.
You didn't account for that, did you?
I did not account for that.
We all lose a point.
Everyone loses. All right, so nobody gets that because everybody is over. And so our
Oh yeah, Jay asked for an error cleaning.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got it. I just need to find out where is he on the list. What's it called? Oh, it's just numbers. There it is.
Yeah, I should
All right.
retitle it.
This one is a wash, and it is sold out.
I don't know. It looked older to me. I thought maybe it was.
All right. Our next Power Ranger is actually a Power Ranger. So this is the Bandai PR Heroes Power Rangers Heroes Dino Thunder Black Power Ranger 29118, unopened, package damaged. Just a quick history lesson. This was a KB Toys exclusive item, and your time starts now.
I'm gonna guess 1,000 on this one. I've seen these before. They are like, what was the decision making behind this? Just like
they had bike figures left over.
We need a new upgrade. Let's just put knives on their shoulders.
Yes, Morgan, you are winning with -1. All right, Power Rider said, what was your guess, Arisol?
1,000.
1,000. Power Rider says 2,800. Adam Prime says 2,500. Corey says 2,500. Genix says 2,000. Oma says 500. Fi says 3,500. AGMC says 2,001 again. That is time. J is our last entry. Blade Raider says 3,000. I know. Stop. Where the hell was I? Blade Raider says 3,000. Morgan says 2,200. Tyler says 1,500. Jeff says 1,500. My other friend Josh, not our Josh, but my Josh, So it's 2150. Jace is 500. And our actual price is 2,000. There was some right on the monies here somewhere. I'm sorry, AGMC, you were one off. Chenix.
Chenix, yeah.
So just Chenix. Morgan, you were very close.
It gives Chenix 2 points.
All right, Chenix gets 2 points because he got it right on the money.
Yeah.
And now Chenix gets to decide whether it's sold out. He could get a little head start. Like jump. I don't know what I'm saying. Chenix, this is sold out.
I was gonna say it's not a head start. We're in round 3, but Jack says no.
Okay. No, he gets the point.
Right.
And I have to wait for it to show up on my screen because I don't remember what is or is not sold out. Or prices. All right, cool. Next up is just for a quick, like, I started just typing in PMC, and that's how I got the first 2. Then I did Power Morphicon, and I got 2 more that are in here somewhere. And then I just had to resort to just Power Rangers because I couldn't find enough entries. When I typed in PMC, I got a lot of hentai books though.
Of course.
Nothing says PMC like smut. So we have the Bandai Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dragon Zord Limited Black Edition Legacy 97355, opened, packaged, heavily damaged.
God. No,
You have
well,
a
this
minute.
is definitely not cheap. Shoot.
All right.
I'm gonna guess 10,000.
All right, 10,000.
Just an even $100.
Even 100. Blade Runner says 15,000. Power Ranger says 12,000. Oma says 30,000. Adam Prime's keeping it low with 4,000. Jay said whatever $400 is. So I'm just gonna say 40,000.
Jeez.
Thrasher says 4,000. Blader says 15,000. Chinix says 20,000. Fi says 14,000. Corey says PMC. Pound my censored. Thank you for that. Saka says 66,666. AGMC says 1,107. That is time. Morgan is the last entry. Jeff says, I stop sounding off. I hate that. Jeff says 18,000. Corey actually says 15,000. Tyler says 30,000. Josh says 19,000. And Morgan says 55,000. Actual price is 12,000. Did anyone say 12?
I was actually closer than I thought I'd be.
All right, hold on. I gotta.
Someone did say 12,000. Power Rider.
Power Rider said 12,000. So right on the money.
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more people to be guessing the same thing, not get it exact. It's okay. The sold out is really irrelevant. But so Power Rider, is this sold out?
They say yes.
Yes, hesitantly. You hesitated. You yep. Good job. I wanted to say you hesitated correctly.
You hesitated correctly.
Genix says, does it have divorce papers with?
This is actually how they delivered them to him. Yeah.
Aresol, did you read anything about that?
No, I didn't.
He got served the divorce papers at a Comic-Con.
Nice.
Funny as shit. All right, next item is one of the PMC or Power Morphicon items, the Bandai Power Morphicon 2012, my first Morphicon. Good times. Power Ranger, Samurai, Shark Attack, Red Ranger, and Evil Mooger.
Oh,
31949. Unopened, packaged, heavily damaged. Kesuware. That's what it said. Anyway, you have a minute starting.
You can tell it was early Power Morphicon because they tried to do something.
One, they tried to do something. Two, they used the actual Power Rangers font. And three, it's a Bandai toy.
Could this be worth anything? I'll go 1800.
Aresol says 1800. Thrasher, we need divorce favors now. All right. Chenik says 7,000. Power Rider says 4,500. Blade Raider says 4,000. Jay says 1,300. Adam Prime says 1,500. Fi says 4,000. AGMC says 1,100. Josh says 5,420. Blaze it. Jeff says 5,500. And that is time. Morgan is last again with 13. I'll let yours in. Yeah. I'll let yours in. You're fine. Saga says 4,000. Morgan said 1,300. Thrasher said 1,500. Almost said 1,200. Tyler said 2,000. And our actual price is 4,000. Someone said. Saka said 4,000. I thought there was another 4,000.
Blade Raider.
Five said 4,000.
Oh, and Five.
Blade Raider said 4,000.
Hey, we got a game.
Yeah, so Blade Raider gets Blade Raider 2 points. Fives gets 2 points. And Soccer gets 4 points. Or 2 points.
I was going to say, don't start changing the scoring on me now.
And so while Aerosol's doing that, you three, is this sold out? Yeah, Jason's looking at a heavily damaged package. It's in a fucking plastic bubble. Blader says sold out. Fi says in stock.
So that's a yes and a no.
So now I just need...
Because I will confuse myself.
Sagas. Saga LOL is not an answer. I think there's a smidge delay, so I'm just giving him a second. Jay said, I feel like Josh, I'm so bad at this. All right, Saga said yes, sold out. All right, so we got a yes, and a no. And the answer is yes. So Blade Raider gets a point and Sokka gets a point. Good job, guys. See, look at those. We have a game.
Do we want to run down some scores?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
In last place is everybody else. Then me with 1 point. Then Fies with 2. Sokka, Power Rider, and Chenix all have 3, which ties them for second, just after Blade Raider, who has 5 points.
Yeah, Blade Raider, look at you. All right. Next item is the Bandai Action Hero Power Rangers Black Ranger from the 2017 movie. Opened, package heavily damaged. I don't understand how this is open because it is still sealed on card. But I don't know.
It also looked blue to me when I saw it, like at first.
I understand. Anyway, you guys have a minute starting now.
500 yen.
All right, 500.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody else is guessing low too.
Aresol says 500. Parter says 1,000. Chenik says 500. Fi says 1,500. AGMC says 220. Oma says 1,000. Josh says 2 yen. Jay said 300. Blader says 600. Jeff says 600. 20 seconds left. Thrasher says 200. Adam says 2,000. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Morgan says 650. Saka said 1 yen. And that is time. All right. And so our actual price is 300. Jay gets 2 points for being right on the money. And I believe he was the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good job, Jay. Now you tell me. Whether this is sold out. This is like $1.50. No, Jay, this is Power Rangers, not O's. I like the way you think. All right, it is not. It is not. You can still get this for $1.50 or whatever.
And that bumps Jay up to second place with everyone else who isn't me.
Well, there's still some time because our next item is this lovely thing.
Oh my god. At first I thought that was like a Candroid mixed with... It looks like it.
That's why I liked this toy so much.
I have never seen this before, and I wish I had bought one when it was in stores. The
Bandai Morph and Pop Power Rangers Dino Charge Dino Charger T-Rex Zerd 43191 unopened, package damaged. Yep. The T-Rex Zerd. You have a minute starting.
We need Dino Zerd power.
Zerds. You have a minute starting now.
I'll go 700 yen, even though I think it's probably more.
700. Power Raider says 2,000. Blade Raider says 1,500. Adam says 1,500. Fi says 600. Chenik says 2,200. AGMC says 220. Tyler says 2,000. Oma says 500. Chenik says Zerd is just an off-brand Zerg. Josh says 1,250. Jeff says 2,000. Thrasher says 700. Jay says 2,500. Saka says 1,500. Morgan says 1,000. There's 5 seconds left. I don't know why I'm reading everyone's answers. I guess just so I can commit it to memory a little bit and to fill air. All right, that is time. JJ, oh my Zerd. Actual price is 2,500.
Oh.
And I do want to point out that these were only like $15 when they came out. So Mandarake thinks these are a little more expensive.
Surprisingly, again, only one person got it dead on, and it's Jay with back-to-back wins.
Jay out here trying to steal the game. Hell yeah.
Just shooting up the scoreboard over the past 2 rounds.
Shout out to everyone that said 1,500 because that was pretty much retail price. Jay's like, what? You're out here stealing the game, man. Oh my Zerd, indeed. Prob sold out. So go sold out. I think they repainted this into the super, like the Rexy version, like the gun. I thought there was more than one of these, but anyway, it is not sold out, so you do not get that extra point. I'm sorry, but I feel like you're still stealing the game.
That past 2 rounds took you from 0 to tied for first. So
yeah, so this is about $20 or so. So if you want this, it is available on Mandarake. Just look up T-Rex Zerd. Next up, we have our other Power Morphicon item. The Funko Pop Television Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord Black Ver Power Morphicon Limited 497. Unopened. Package heavily damaged. Even though I think it is in a pop protector, but heavily damaged. You have a minute. Your time begins now.
Just out of principle, I want to guess low. It is limited. I'll guess 1,200.
1,200. Chunk says 7,500. Power Raider says 1,800. Adam says 5,000. 5 says 3,000. AGMC says 1,993. Blade Raider says 1,500. Sokka says 5,500. Josh says 4,150. Oma says 2 yen. Jeff says 5,000. Morgan says 9,600. Morgan, you little goblin. I'm not sure where this is going to go. You're kind of right, though. It could go be like really high or really low. All right, and Jay says 2,400, and that is time. The actual price is 2,500, which I believe someone said. No.
No.
Jay?
Oh my god. just barely off the mark, but still winning it. 2,400. That gives you 1 point.
Jay, once again, third round in a row. Is this sold out? I have no idea what emoji you used because it's not showing up in StreamYard, but Jay absolutely stealing this game. God, I think I own this Megazord Pop like 3 times. Maybe 4 times. All right, Jay says sold out, and it is indeed sold out. Jay stealing the game.
Oh my gosh.
All right, y'all gotta step it up. Jay over here doing a sweep. Yeah, it is indeed sold out. 2,500. 2,500, I think, was what it cost, give or take. I don't remember. Anyhow, next up, I believe this is our 9th item. I think there's 2 more. Jay said, "Call me Chris because I'm winning." Oh wow. Okay, so the Bandai Power Rangers 5-in-1 combined Megazord. This is the tall monstrosity from the 2017 movie. Open, package damaged. Everything that is shown in the pictures is included. There was a lot of pictures for this one. You have 1 minute starting now.
Oh, I'm supposed to guess for this too, ain't I?
Yeah,
I just so taken aback because I always forget that this thing looks like this.
I have this sitting in the corner of the corner of like my living area in like my big like box storage area. He's just chilling there. He's terrible. I hate him.
I'm gonna guess 2000.
2000.
I think this is depreciated.
Pirater says 7,800. You got 10 seconds, by the way. Oma says 6,000. Fi says 2,800. Adam Prime says 1,500. AGMC says 5,000. Blader says 6,000. Chenix says 5,000. Josh said, God, they're just giving this damn thing away for free, I swear. Jeff said 2,500. Saga said 9,001. Over 9,000. Morgan said 7,000. Jay says 9,002 for funsies.
Jay's like, I got points to burn. Look, right. I got this.
So, in a weird turn of events, Jay wins it again. Because I don't think anyone guessed higher than 9,002. Jay's stealing the game.
Oh my god. Jay just did that for a laugh. What's happening? Oh, Tyler did guess it too.
All right, Tyler got 9,002 as well. I'll give it to Tyler too. It didn't show up my screen right away. Oh my god! All right, Tyler, Jay, you each get a point. Adam said, "Oh my lord, Jay, go buy a lottery ticket."
Yeah, we gotta know if this is sold out.
Tyler, I got a point. You're tied with Aresol now. All right, Jay, Tyler, is this sold out for 14,000 yet? I don't remember what this was when it came out, but this is one of the things that I think hit deep discount on Toys R Us when they were closing over here.
I've still never seen this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen
it. Jay said Heart wants no, but sold out. Tyler says sold out. Both of you are getting a point. It is sold out. I saw this and died. I'm like 14,000, and then I saw it was sold out. I'm like, no fucking way. It was $100 when it came out. That sounds right. Tyler just going along for the ride with Jay. All right. I believe this is our last one next. Want to do a quick point rundown?
Yeah. So most of the game is still in 0. I apologize to everybody else. I am at 1. And then you have Fies and Tyler with 2. In tied for 3rd place, Chenix, Power Rider, and Sokka. In 2nd place with 5 points is Blade Raider. And Jay, our apparently eternal winner at this point, with 9 points.
9 points.
Jay can throw it. They'll still win.
All right. So Jay Chrised it up. He got it. But we will go on to our last item. Hasbro Power Rangers Lost Galaxy Megazord unopened package heavily damaged. You have a minute starting now. You can buy this right now at your local Walmart.
I was gonna say this isn't old.
No, it is not old. I just thought it was funny that somehow it already ended up in Japan. Adam Mandarake.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much these cost normally.
I think they're like 22 or something.
I mean, you shouldn't tell me that.
Well, I mean, you can look it up at Walmart.com.
1,700.
All right, 1,700. Adam says 800. Sokka says 2,000. Power Rider says 2,000. Chenik says 3,000. Blader says 700. Oma says 1,500. AGMC says 220. Vi says 1,500. Jeff says 3,000. Morgan says some random amount of nines that I'm not going to even try to say. And that is time in the round. Jay gave you all a break by not answering. Okay. Oh, there we go. Jay and Tyler at 3,001. I swear to God.
Really?
3,200.
They literally guessed 3,001 because someone else guessed 3,000. It was a goof.
It does not matter because Jay already swept this game. But I'm going to give a point to Jeff and Chenix for saying 3,000 because Jay and Tyler were late slightly. Also, I think the feeds on StreamYard are slightly on a delay compared to YouTube. But yes, I want to give a point to Jeff and Chenix
Okay.
for saying 3,000. Not that it matters.
So then Jay, Chenix, Jeff, and Tyler all get to guess sold out or not.
Chenix says I fucking got $1. That's not quite what that means. But all right, so you four, is this sold out? All right, Chenix says no. Jeff says no. Jay just says it feels correct. What does that mean? All right, Jay says no. And Tyler's going to say no because he's ride or die with Jay. So everyone has said no. And it unfortunately is sold out. Someone bought this. So no one gets an extra point. So Jay with 10 points.
Doubling second place.
Doubling Blade Raider with 5 points.
But that last round did put Chenix in third, a firm third with 4. And Jeff's now tied with me with that 1.
I love it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was great. That worked out very well, guys. I'm proud of us. We workshopped that together. This right here, this was an us thing. We did this together. This experience will potentially never happen again. You 20 some odd people that stayed here throughout this whole thing got to experience the first time we played the game with the audience.
Yeah.
Potentially the only time we're going to play a game with the audience. I want to do this again.
It was fun, yeah. I want to figure out like a smoother way of doing it.
Yeah.
Even though this wasn't too bad. But yeah.
And have I made up my mind about YouTube yet? I don't know. Not really. I still really want to do Transformers related things like I tweeted about. But I have not gotten to that point yet. I would like to, though. I have a lot of ideas ruminating. It's just a matter of doing something. And that's the biggest step. Is doing something. I actually want to do a stream really soon to just sort of talk to the ether and see who shows up and bounce ideas. But I just haven't had that moment yet. Maybe Sunday night? I don't know. We'll see. Adam says, do it. I need more Transformers content. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I was looking out in the YouTube space and there isn't that many Transformers content creators. There's Chris McFeely with the basics and Rodimus Primal with some stuff. And that's honestly like it. There's toy reviewers up the butt. Like there's tons of toy reviewers. But in terms of like content creation beyond just doing toy reviews, that's Prime vs. Prime is primarily toys. Yeah. He has done some other toy based content, like when he was doing like top toys of a certain like genre for the year and stuff like that. But that's still toy focused. I'm talking like entertainment focused, like comics and the shows. And TJ Omega might. I remember talking to I think Corey about this. I think TJ Omega's been moving into some non-toy content. But yeah, me and Chris used to do Teletran Fun before we both I got who is making noise? Curls, you dumb shit. He's on one of my Transformers boxes just pawing at it like an idiot. Anyhow. But yeah, no, Bladers are like that's why the basics sit so well. So like that's something I want to do. Like I don't want to step on the toes of anybody, obviously. Just because I could never even compare remotely to anything like Chris McFeely does. But like in that wheelhouse, think of Teletran Fun could come back. I think I know Chris wants to do it. Still, I think we might need a workshop how it's made and how it works a little bit going forward. But I want to bring that back as well. But yeah, think of for everyone out there that watches Karn's Digimon stuff. Think of that, but Transformers instead is kind of where I was gunning in terms of content. But then sprinkle in toy reviews because I can't. I can't not do things about toys. Mostly so that every one of these little fuckers I buy is a tax write-off. So I definitely still want to do toy reviews. Maybe find some sort of unique way of doing them. But I still want to do toy reviews in some fashion. But yeah, in terms of content, think Karn's wheelhouse, but with Transformers is basically what I'm gunning for. Just because I love the stuff that Karn's doing with Digimon stuff. I love his videos. So watch Revenge of the Fallen 10 times in a row. Great video idea. I'll do it. God, that would to the 24-hour stream of just watching Revenge of the Fallen over and over again. Look, as long as I got popcorn, I'll do it. Anyway, this is talk for its own stream. This isn't anything
24 hours, you get through the movie. How many times? It's kind of long. I'm trying to think of how many times.
How long is Revenge of the Fallen?
Maybe it just feels long because
2.5 hours.
Terrible. Yeah, that's...
Revenge of the Fallen was 2.5 hours. Jesus Christ, I did not know that. 2.5 hours, and I remember none of it. All I remember is they were fighting in the woods at one point, and then Optimus was like, "Give me your face" to the Fallen, and then they put that in a toy. That's all I know. And they were in Egypt.
You can watch it 4 1/8 times.
Jesus.
Wait, did I do that right?
No, you did not.
No. That's half a day. I did like
So
12 hours.
So
That
about 9
I only
times.
work on 12-hour days. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
this or not.
yeah.
I've got a 14-day week.
Jay, I've never seen any of the movies with the Wahlberg guy. You're missing the Transformers. You're not missing much. Bumblebee was probably the best thing we've had in a very long time. Hopefully Rise of the Beast doesn't suck. Yeah, anyhow, like I said, that's a topic for a different time. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I'll post if I decide to do a stream Sunday night or Monday night or sometime soon. So, but this is the kind of idea bouncing I wanted you, just not in the middle of Geek each week. Not that we're doing anything else right now, but we have somehow hit 2 hours and 21 minutes, and I'm very proud of
With
us.
just the two of us, yeah.
I am very proud of us.
What movie did you say was good?
Bumblebee.
Everybody know that's Big Dick B.
That one. Big Dick B. It's my favorite Transformers movie. It's really funny because Big Dick B is totally Michael Bay humor. Anyway,
that should
Jay,
be the name of the adult film parody. For
yeah,
Transformers.
Big Dick B. Jay, you did win. Blade Raider. I'm hearing videos like top 10 Transformers no one knew until IDW uses them, and I don't hate that idea. It's true.
Yeah.
It is very, very true. But yes, I do want to get into that, and I know Morgan's been pushing me to do it, as you can see right here. But outside of yelling "do it, bitch" in a chat, but yeah, now everyone's been trying to push me to do it, and TJ probably already did do that, but I'm gonna do it too.
More than one person can do it.
I'm gonna do it better. What happened to my shelf? Yeah, that's where all the lightning collection was. And Jay, I'm not sure if you got the memo, but I am selling most of my lightning collection because I'm infuriated with the line. As you can see, Shadow is still there, and Omega is still there. Because I'm keeping SPD. I'm keeping SPD because it's my favorite Power Ranger season. So I still have SPD Red accidentally got put away. So he needs to come back out. And then I have Green and Pink. They're still boxed. Beast Morphers is right there because I'm keeping those, patiently awaiting Zoe's release. And I'm keeping the comic related ones. So like Ranger Slayer and Draken. And like the turtle figures I'm keeping. And I think the metallic MMPR set I'm going to keep just because they're sparkly and nice. So I'll probably keep that as like my Mighty Morphin like stand-in set. I was hesitant on keeping the ninjas. I don't know if I'm going to or not. Same with the Psychos. The Ninja Ranger figures and the Psycho Rangers are on my like maybe not. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm selling a bunch of Lightning Collection stuff. Because I hence with the YouTube talk, I have decided that these guys mean a lot more to me than the Power Ranger figures do at the end of the day, and I can't keep throwing money at every which direction And so between like Pokemon stuff and Vanguard cards and Transformers, like that's most of my stuff. So I'm not totally out of the woods with Lightning Collection, but just a few here and there. But anyway, yes, that's another thing for a stream that I will do. Poor Aresol is just sitting here.
Sorry. No. I'm also just reading chat.
Okay.
Hey Corey, since you're there, check out what I did. Check
Well,
this.
you already know what it is.
But that also reminds me to remind everybody else to, of course.
Do you know that guy's name is Jordan?
Yeah. Corey, watch where you're going. Because he's driving.
Corey, there yet?
He's probably actually Corey's probably not the one driving. No,
yeah, no, I think his parents are driving. Jay, nothing like a good grease fire. Anyway, this has been great. I'm glad that the interactive game went. It's 20 minutes out. Cool. I'm glad the game went really well. I hope everyone had a really fun time. Again, there's still 23 people watching, so incredible. I drove the first 3 hours. I didn't know you were that far away. Jesus. But yeah, great time. We were at almost 2.5 hours, which is incredible for just being the two of us. So good job. Thanks for everyone for tuning in and staying tuned in and participating in the game. It was a good time. It was a really good time.
Hey. There he is.
Not blocking anybody this time.
Yeah, he's being polite.
Yeah. How kind of them.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in.
I forgot that I was the one hitting the button. That's
Yeah.
why there's such a long out.